Hello, Steve White, Steve Artsy 9. Well, I'm continuing my little Is It Worth It series of Masters of Universe Origins figures. I'm looking at the ones I've gotten and deciding was it worth it or not. And these are two of the best examples, I feel, of what the Origins series can do. Starting off with Leech, it's a totally different figure. Now, the original, I never really liked the original. I mean, he was cool that he was new molding. He was like new tooling. He's different legs, different arms. It was a whole new figure. It was no part of this is, you know, using another part from another figure. And he was always big, but I hated his suction face because you could see he had a face sculpted, but they just ended up using this suction face that just looked like a suction toy. And I always wanted a real head for him. And that's what we finally got with the Origins figure. You actually have a properly sculpted face that looks like a monster, and I love it. And the body is new as well. The arms are new now. The legs apparently are reused, like from the other ones. So that's a little disappointing. Someone was upset about that. They didn't have the same big, thick, different legs. But I'm like, come on. I think they actually make. I think they work. The thing I don't understand is the hands. It's cool that you get the different hands. You have the suction ones and the ones with articulated fingers. But when you actually look at the cartoon, and for me, it's all about cartoon accuracy because I know there was the original toys and then the mini comics, and they varied from the TV series. And I really just want ones that look more like the TV series ones, or add something to the original toy, or from something from the mini comics that weren't in the originals, weren't on the originals. So this, in the cartoon, he actually had suction hands. I was just watching She-Ra last night. And I kind of didn't realise he actually had the suction hands. So when I saw this, I thought, oh great, they've given him the real fingers. I'm like, where did you have real fingers? I guess in the mini comics or something? I don't know. I have to have another look. But it still has his suction function. Like he actually has a suction head, but it's separate. So you're not sort of, you have to live with it. And it works on a much more basic sort of level. I should stick it to the wall, but whatever. So yeah, definitely worth getting. It's like a whole new figure. Adds something totally different and unique to it from the original, and I think that was sort of, I always thought that was the point of the Origins line, either doing mini comic versions that weren't done or TV series versions that weren't done, or giving something extra to the toy ones that already existed while maintaining the look. Now the next one, which was just, I think they came out at the same time, was of course Mantenna. Now Mantenna had the big issue of it. In the cartoon he had 4 separate legs, but on the toy he had 2 legs, and they just were split in half. It was sort of like 2 little skinny legs on 1 leg, so you never really had the 4 legs. But what did they do for Origins? What did they give us? They gave us 4 fully articulated legs, and it's really great. His head has articulation as well, and the eyes still bug out, but for some reason, and I don't understand why, there's no catch at the back to hold that in place, because you could always have that. All you need is just a little divot there, or whatever you call it, just to move it to the side, or just something that clicks in place. I don't know why they can't stay out permanently, because this one, they stay out permanently, but it does mean his neck can't articulate. But they found another way to do it within the head and still having the head articulation. I don't see why they couldn't actually make them hold in place. So that, and the only other issue is the blue plastic is so dark, it almost looks black, and that takes away from the sort of the blue and red sort of look of him color-wise. So he's not perfect, but the 4 legs is just amazing, because like I said, I want something extra, I want something different, something new, a reason to buy it other than just being the exact same thing, just with more articulation. I know more articulation is enough for some people, but I need more. But and I do want to point out, I do actually have like all these things, the bows, but I hate displaying them with the figures. They take up so much room. They're good for playability or whatever, because you can actually knock another figure over with them. They're an actual active working weapon, but they take up so much room, and they all look the same, and when they all look the same, they don't feel special. So but yeah, I'm pretty happy with these two. I mean, this is what I sort of want this is what I really want from the Origins line. I want something extra, something different. I want to feel like I'm, you know, getting like a new figure almost. And I don't know why they didn't give him the proper feet. They did the suction feet. I don't know why he didn't get proper feet as well. Maybe they thought he'd stand up better with the suction feet, but I actually find he actually moves around quite a bit. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe.